I will
But
say
what
it
is the
once it's
ego?
true.
It's not even a serious like discussion. There's no consequences. Like this barely, it actually would damage his ego more now saying it because now it just admits that he's like trying to defend his point to the hill even if he doesn't agree, which is clearly what he's doing right now.
I agree with my point.
Okay, so then you're just stupid.
You're just wrong, bro.
Moose, this is literally the same as Alex in the tipping episode.
Moose shit! Welcome to Moose Shit, where we spout bullshit. My name is Moose, and I'm joined by my confident climbers, Coob and Al. Also joining us today is Mood. How are you guys doing today?
It's not my name,
Well,
but I'm doing good.
what do you mean it's not your name? What's your name?
Moose Jr.
That's not a name.
Moose Jr.
Yeah, it is.
It really
My
is.
fucking name.
That is his name.
All right, well, what's your name?
Moose.
Okay, and I'm Moose Jr. How is that not a name?
Seems fair to me.
Okay, you guys
You
said
got
you guys are
monopoly
doing...
on Moose?
Yeah, I do actually have Monopoly on Moose. It's called Moose-nopoly.
Okay.
You guys think
What? Okay. Moving on. Another story. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Way to just dive right in there, buddy. I like that. God damn
I'm
it.
wasting no time today?
Fuck you.
Alex, is this small talk? Like when you go to the bar, is that what you're asking people? Like you try your drink at the bar, you turn to the guy to the right, and you're like,
Oh my god.
that guy just looks at you like you're a fucking crazy person then.
I'm gonna try that next time I get drunk.
No.
Please don't do
That's not
that.
a good idea. That's not a good idea.
You're already a really, really annoying drunk.
Damn, you're just gonna take that?
Yeah, you were fucking unbearable, bro.
He just gets so stupid so fast. It just happens way too fast. But then for some reason the stupidity lasts so long. So like you think like it's like a line graph, right? And it would go up and like he reaches the top so fast, but then he just plateaus there for the rest of the night, acting stupid. Like it never comes back down.
Okay. I've been doing fine. My stuff has been good. I think like a couple of days ago, I watched this. I've been spending a lot of time on YouTube watching like bullshit. One of the things I was watching was a complete like hour-long video essay on the love triangle within Girl Meets World. Have you guys heard of Girl Meets World?
Oh, I love that show.
It's such a bad show. Like such
No, it is not.
terrible. Are you sure, Jason? Are you sure, Mood? It's a bad show. It's like very terrible.
Moose Jr. But no, it's not bad. It's good. I liked it. I actually watched like 4 seasons of it. Like I binged it.
So you liked every aspect of it.
More or less.
You like the aspect where Riley starts dating that one boy, and then Maya starts developing feelings for that one boy, and so then they both start fighting over him. They both start fighting over him. The entire resolution of it was them gaslighting Maya into thinking that she doesn't deserve a good man, and that the changes that she's been making are unhealthy because she looks a little bit similar to Riley.
Oh. Yeah, it's peak.
I think you're lost. I think you're truly lost.
All right.
Got
Yeah,
an
that's been
84% on Rotten Tomatoes and 4.5 out of 5 stars on Google.
See that?
They know nothing.
I think you're just a fucking hater.
Al, how's your...
I think you hate.
I don't hate women. What do you mean I hate women? What?
Because this is a spin-off of Boy Meets World, so you just must hate women.
No, I didn't watch Boy Meets World, so I was judging Girl Meets World purely on its own merits. And it sucked.
Okay.
Mood, I don't think you told me how you're doing. Besides, just fine.
I'm doing pretty good.
Well, This episode's small talk is sort of lost. It's like a lost cause. Speaking of lost causes, that brings us to today's topic. Tell me a time where you guys encountered something and you just realized, damn, this is just a lost cause. For example, a mood in his drinking.
And you and your love life.
Fuck
Or you
you.
and drum major.
Fuck you.
Or Alex and the gym.
That just took a bite out of all the episode stories.
Oh.
Anyway, well, no, we promised that we were going to talk about this when we came back, and I don't think we truly talked about this. Let's talk about the fucking bet. The bet that I actually won. The bet that I proved to myself that I won. And you guys all tried to gaslight me into thinking that I didn't win.
Didn't win anything, buddy.
I sure did win. In like November, I think we made the bet, right?
Yeah.
In November, I bet you to go the full month. No, rest of the semester without drinking ever, without even drinking a goddamn drop of alcohol. And you said, okay, if you won, you were going to get a moose meal, which is the equivalent of $50 worth of 5 moose meals, which is the equivalent of each meal is up to $50 worth of food at any establishment.
And if you won, Moose?
Establishment. Sorry, I thought that was funny.
If I won, I'm pretty sure I was gonna.
I thought it was just bragging
that,
rights for you.
Yeah, I was gonna prove that I was able to win a bet.
That sounds like a really great bet. You should have definitely made.
Can you make that bet with me? Can you make that bet with me right now?
Make it with me.
You make it with me?
Make it with me right now, Moose, please.
Please?
No, I'm not. I can't afford moose meals.
Damn it.
You can afford WoW.
I can't afford WoW. I actually can't afford WoW.
I thought it was like $30.
Yeah.
You can afford everything else, Moose.
Moose. So you can't afford WoW. But if there was a homeless person, you would give them your whole bank account.
Money in my wallet is not relevant to the discussion of what I can and cannot afford because it's money in my wallet. It's already money that was used for something or was taken out for something, so the rest is already just change.
So if you have like
girl math.
Yeah, if you pay with cash, it's free, right, Moose?
Yeah. Moose uses fucking girl math.
Moose was saying it like if he has say if he buys say if he takes gets $100 bill and buys something that's $50, he has $50 left. That's the change, so it's pretty much useless now. So, like, what am I supposed to do with this $50? I guess I just have to. I can only give it to the homeless. I can't take this $50 and I don't know, put it back where it came from, my bank account, or just spend it on something else.
Moose, if you buy an item and then return it, the money that you get from that return, is that just free money to be spent anywhere?
If I get actual cash, then yeah.
It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
My budget takes into account my bank account. It does not take into account my wallet. So when I budget everything out, I budget it through my bank account, which means I can afford stuff through my bank account. But when it goes into my wallet, then it's out of the ether. It's done. It's already budgeted out for, so I can give that away.
Okay, so then, Jason, now we have he doesn't care about that money. So every time we hang out, I'm gonna scavenge Moose's wallet and take all the cash that's in there. It means nothing to him. It means nothing to him.
I can tell you exactly how much money is in my wallet right now.
Well, you're telling me how much money I'm gonna steal from you next time I see you.
Yeah, it's $0.
I hate you. Go get some money.
Go to the ATM, man.
I don't need money. I don't need to carry money.
Well, what if you see a homeless person on the street? What are you gonna do?
I already have workarounds for that.
You're gonna Zell them?
He's gonna ask them if they take Venmo, bro. That's what's gonna happen. And then you know the homeless people, bro. They're gonna flip their little iPad around, and then they're gonna have the QR code. It's gonna have the 10, 15, and 20% tip thing on there. You don't.
Okay,
Moose.
you tell me. Why is it that you guys need the homeless guy's money?
No, Moose. I really don't care about that. I was just making a joke about the iPad thing. You know, like anywhere you go, they have their shitty little iPad that they spin around. After just taking your order as a cashier, they spin it around and
tipping has really gone too far.
I think so.
What?
Really, Al? You
What?
should
No,
argue
I
on
said
that
that
though.
as a joke, but I'm surprised Coop agreed.
What's gone too far?
Tipping.
Because we had a
Oh.
whole episode about tipping, and Coop seemed to defend tipping to the highest extent.
No, I did not. I defended the conventional tipping, like when you go out to eat at a restaurant or like you order delivery or something like that. Bro, if I go to a counter, bro, have you seen like some of these machines they'll have like a machine that you could order on. Bro, why the
Mhm.
fuck are you asking for a tip on there, bro? It'll be like the like if you go to any place that's not like a fast food restaurant that has like one of those ordering machines. I go up
Mhm.
to it, I pick out whatever I want. I'm getting ready to pay. I pay, and then it pops up the thing for a tip. I'm like, bro, you didn't even take my order. No, literally, I ordered through a fucking machine, and now you're asking me for a tip, bro.
I mean, the
It's
tip is not
ridiculous.
really the tip is
It's
not really for
ridiculous.
the machine. It gets split amongst the workers there for the service
So,
that they're
but what am
providing.
I tipping them for? What if I'm getting the food to go?
Yeah, what
Or s-
above and beyond service did they do?
I mean, I don't think
Making
tipping
my
should
food.
be I don't think tipping should be reserved for just above and beyond service. I think
So why
adequate
don't you
service
tip?
also
Why don't you
deserves the
tip
tip.
when we go to Taco Bell, Moose?
I tip. I'm pretty sure. I think.
Oh
No,
my
you
No,
god.
you
don't.
don't.
Oh wait, no,
Taco Bell.
I don't think it's actually ever asked me for a tip at
But
Taco
if they
Bell.
So
did
why
ask you
why
for
don't
a
you just
tip, you
why don't you
would?
just go out of your way and tip at a Taco Bell?
Because
Hmm.
because I don't carry cash on me.
Oh my god.
But you said
It
you
all
had workarounds. You said you had
it all
workarounds.
comes full circle. It all
Most,
comes
most.
full
So if you
circle.
So
ordered at
it all
Taco
comes
Bell,
full circle. Besides the little hole that you left, that you said you had workaround. So a homeless person you'll do the workaround for, but the fucking people that are slaving away in a Taco Bell you won't. Because you
Yeah.
just don't care.
if at Taco Bell when you ordered there was a screen on there to tip, would you tip?
Yeah, I'd probably round up.
People could just get free money out of you, Moose.
I don't think that's true.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I'm actually gonna start stealing from his wallet.
Anyways, can you continue with the bet story that just went nowhere?
Oh yeah. So I made a bet with Mood that if he went the full semester without drinking, he would be able to get 5 moose meals, which is the equivalent of each moose meal is the equivalent of about 50 US dollars or a meal up to basically. Um and so Mood didn't. And I know he didn't because I got multiple texts from people that, oh yeah, Mood was drinking at this party and he was drinking at that party. You know, the party that he was at your house for, he was drinking there too. And so I knew. And so then I convinced myself, yeah, he did drink. He doesn't deserve jack shit. And guess what? That means I won because I was the judge, I was the jury, and I was your executioner there, bud.
No, but you didn't win because you couldn't prove it.
I proved it to myself. This isn't the court of law. This is the court of moose.
You didn't prove it to yourself
This
because
is
you
the court of
when you made
moose.
bothered me for a
Oh,
confession like months later.
Jason, remember the when he makes every deal, he acts like it's a law abiding, like not under the stupid court of moose. It's just it's just regular laws because also
Yep.
he was taking a stupid business law class at that time, so he thought he was a damn lawyer. So
Yeah,
he kept
yeah.
fucking. So that's what he did, and then all of a sudden at the end of it, he's like, "No, this isn't
All
a
that goes out the
contract."
window.
Yeah, he's just full of shit.
But then what happened
Hypocrite,
afterwards? What
liar.
happened afterwards? What happened afterwards? What did you confess, didn't you? You did drink during that time.
Months later.
But you did drink.
Yeah.
So I was right.
But you weren't right at the moment, and I should have won because you had no proof.
I proved it to myself.
Okay.
Good coping, Moose.
You could have
I'm
just
not
said that,
coping. I'm
like
not coping.
even
I'm
if
not
I
coping.
didn't drink, you could
Good
just
coping.
tell yourself that I drank, is what you're saying.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I didn't. I told myself that you drank because you did drink.
Yeah, Moose.
So
What if when you
Moose-
bothered him for a
Also, Moose,
confession?
if you think about it, you also incentivize like me and Alex to snitch on Jason. So like
Mhm.
even that, it's just not reliable at all.
Yeah,
'Cause I
fuck
was
you,
just
Alex.
I was just selling Jason out for the moose meals.
Fuck you,
Yeah.
Alex. You know, at least Coop
Well,
played both sides, but you just threw me under the bus.
bro. Now look, nobody has a moose meal. Nobody won.
I was trying to
Yeah,
cut a
no,
deal
I
with Jason.
won. I won.
Yeah, Coop was trying to get a deal with me,
Because I wanted a moose meal.
but I was gonna get Dan to vouch for me.
Moose,
Dan,
just so we're clear, you will never be a winner. Because we
But I
don't have to
won.
go. We don't have to go into the other bet that you made.
But I won though. But that
Yeah,
was the win.
totally giving up $500 of value on a different bet and then winning back. Oh, Moose, what did you win in that bet though? In the Jason bet, what did you win? It was
Bragging
nothing.
rights.
Oh,
Bragging
okay,
rights.
yeah, oh yeah. Those breaks must be $500 valuable to make up for the bet that you made a semester earlier.
Does someone want to explain that? Because I don't think we explained that story.
No, I can't hear about this stupidity again, bro. This is just the most stupid shit. And all this always happens when I'm not around, bro. And I hate it because if I hear these bets, I would just start naming obvious BS that would happen to just exploit Moose. But only Jason gets to do it.
wait, you weren't there when I made the first one?
I wasn't there when you
it
made
was
either one. I wasn't there when you made either one. I'm so
Jason
annoyed.
Moot. I think it was just you and me in like the Livy Student Center when that first
The
bet was
first
made.
one? No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we were in
remember
the
it was
Excel
about your
class.
class.
Yeah, we were in Excel class.
No, the first bet was definitely made in the Livy Student Center because I remember we were sitting there and we were talking about where you would go.
Oh, no, we made that bet. The marketing bet?
Yeah.
No,
Do
we
you want
made
to
that
first
on
explain the bet?
Discord. We made that on
wanna-
Discord when I was at Fez's party. His
Okay, you want to
birthday
explain
party.
the bet?
No?
But I just told my story. You can just tell the other story.
Okay. So basically, Moose thought he could market himself to do anything. So I said, well, market yourself to get a girlfriend.
Okay. I'll tell the story.
Okay.
So Mood and I were both taking a marketing class, right? And so Mood was complaining, "Oh, this marketing shit is useless. It's never going to be helpful or anything." I'm like, "No, it's probably you can probably use it. You can use it to market yourself, for example. You know, get women." And he's like, "No, that's not true. It's not possible." And so I said, "Okay, I'm gonna take everything we learned from marketing class, and if I win by the end of semester."
What do you mean by winning, though, Moose?
Give me a sec.
What?
What? No, it's crazy how he just jacked my story like that.
I know. But also, isn't this another like bet that he made with no prize for himself?
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, bro.
If he could get a girlfriend, I said I'd take him and his girlfriend out to get food.
Okay, I'm back. My sister was here. I couldn't say it in front of my sister. Okay, so anyways,
Oh my God.
if I was able to market myself and was able to get a girlfriend by the end of the semester, I would win. It was just supposed to be a meal. It would be one of us would buy the other a meal. Okay? But then Jason was like sort of hyping up the amount that he would spend on a meal, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the fanciest restaurant in New York. I'm gonna buy a fucking $500 meal. I'm gonna fucking bankrupt you, Moose. I'm gonna bankrupt you when you lose this bet." I'm started getting scared, and so then midway through, before the semester was even over, I made a deal with Mood that if he dropped the bet, I would give him 10 meals for the equivalent of $500, which was he was going to spend, but it would be spread out, right? So it would be one meal.
To listen to, man.
So it would be a meal is up to the equivalent of $50. So if he uses all 10 meals, it would be $500 by the end. So that's what we did.
And then not only did you lose, Moose, you gave up like maybe a month into it.
I
You didn't
swore it was like
attempt.
2 weeks, bro. I could have swore it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah, like
It was
even
not
attempt.
long at all, bro.
It was not too
honestly,
Like
that
I
was
heard
the best
about the
time of
bet
my
and then
life.
it was over like the next day, bro.
The best time of my life.
Yeah, and then you just started milking it, and then That's how the moose meals were born, and then Al lost a bet with the moose meals, in which case he had to give one. So, Al, you want to tell that story?
I don't remember that story. I remember we just traded like moose meals. Like,
Okay, I'll tell that story too. So
okay.
one day we were on Discord, right? And so on Discord, I was playing Rocket League, and I told him he fucking sucks at Rocket League. And so he decided to make a bet that if he wins the games that he was playing in Rocket League, I think it was actually just the one game, right? You didn't have to beat 5 games.
Yeah, I think it was just one.
Okay, yeah. So if he won that one game, I think he would also get a moose meal. So that would put me on hook for 11 moose meals. But if he lost the game, then he would have to take the one moose meal that I was gonna give Mood. So in that case, I will only be on the hook for 9 moose meals. And so I basically got into Al's head and made him lose a game of Rocket League. In which case, at which point he paid for a moose meal. I think at a rib place, right? I think you spent a lot more money than I ever had to for a moose meal.
The rib place and the ramen place.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you lost 2 moose meals.
Listen, it's not as bad as you, so.
No, Alex, you had to spend more money at one place, bro. But Moose is just trying to cover up the fact that he had to spend like $400 doing that. But you had to pay instead of he always maxed out when Jason was paying for the Moose, or when Moose was paying. Jason would only spend $40, and you had to spend 45. So you were the real loser.
I mean,
Moose
Jason,
that had to pay, not Moose that had to pay $350 for 10 meals, or how many ever it was.
I mean, Mood spent around $20 to $30. It's not $40 every meal, because most of the time
Moose,
you were going to Taco Bell.
I remember. No, it wasn't Moose. You liar! You're just literally lying right now. 85.
I think,
Shut up. 85% of the meals, like maybe like 2 times out of the 10, we went to like a fast food place, and even then he would order a shit ton, and it would always be expensive. And then half the other time, bro, he would order an appetizer and like 2 like entrees, and then just take it with him.
And dessert, bro.
Exactly. So you're just lying right now.
We went. The places that I paid for was IHOP, Bubba's, Fridays, Smash Burgers, Pizza Hut, Espotato's, and Red Lobster.
And B-dubs.
I didn't pay for B-dubs.
You did pay for B-dubs.
Yeah, you did.
Not according to my list.
Moose, you're dumb. You did pay for B-dubs.
Everybody was there, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone was there, but I don't think I paid for B-dubs.
Well, I definitely did not pay, so.
I think Al paid.
That true, Alex?
I don't
that's
remember.
Another one. Because that's another one of his lost causes. The amount of debt he racks up. Let's talk about the amount of debt he racks up. Can we? Shall we?
Who? Me?
Al.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about that. I just give these people.
Oh, you don't really want to talk about that? Oh, you really don't? Because it makes you look like a bitch, doesn't it? Fuck you.
No, it makes me look like a nice person who just gets taken advantage of.
Are you a nice person?
I mean, at least he's gonna get it back at some point, Moose. You're like Oprah. You're just giving shit away, bro. And you're not even in the position to be giving shit away. You just start handing shit out.
All right, let's get into the actual episode.
We've been in the actual episode.
Moose is
We're 30 minutes into the actual episode.
I have a question to ask. Do you guys think that certain people are lost causes?
How so?
Journey is
like people who are either like psychologically crazy or are in jail for the rest of their life.
Like criminally lost causes.
Yes.
So I don't think necessarily criminal lost causes exist. I think every human being has like the ability to change and grow and become better.
Even pedophiles.
I think so.
So you yes. What if it was
Jason,
your kid?
He made it a whole 10 seconds maybe until he went back on his first statement after he brought up one thing. It was
even serial killers.
It wasn't even 10 seconds. It might have been like 4 seconds.
I did not
serial
go back
killers?
on my word. I did not go back on my
I
word.
just found it funny how like he said the first thing that popped into his mind, and you already started to doubt the statement that you made fucking 2 seconds before that.
I didn't go back on it, so I'm sticking to my guns. Yes,
Sorry,
serial killers.
I misspoke.
Do you think
Serial
everybody
killers,
can
yeah.
be like no one's a lost cause? So if
I
that's the
think
case, wouldn't it make sense that nobody is put away in jail for life because people can eventually be put back into society in a meaningful way?
Alex, that's just a shitty point, man. Or that's like a shitty argument. Just because somebody can change doesn't mean that like they shouldn't have to pay for what they already did.
Yeah, prison serves like points. It's to reform and to punish. So yeah, a person can reform in like a month, but the punishment that the crime deserves is 6 months. Or alternatively, the crime that they committed was 6 months, but they needed like 12 months to reform. So jails, the time that they spend is for the punishment. The the quality of the time is supposed to be for reform, if that makes sense.
So what about like serial pedophiles? Like I'm talking personalized 5 terabytes on their computer of little kids that they've touched themselves.
Oh my god, bro.
Like it was them who's doing it. All of it is like self-made videos.
I think it is possible for them to learn to become better. Now, it may take like a fucking century, but I think it's still possible.
Well, then that's not practical. Like if it takes a century for someone to get better, then like what's the point of even saying that? It's not.
Alex. Then the only solution realistically would be you're just implying that you should like use the death penalty pretty much.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Do you believe in the death
Like,
penalty then?
if there's no hope, then might as well just like if you know like they're gonna go to prison for the rest of their life and you don't think they're gonna reform, then why keep them in there at all? Why not just let them go out that way?
That's a good question. If you think that they can reform, but they're never getting out of jail, what's the point of keeping them in jail?
Because they need to reform. They use that time in jail to reform, and plus the punishment still needs to fit the crime.
Do you think the death penalty? Do you think killing them is worse than them serving life?
I think it depends.
Yeah.
I think it depends.
What does it depend on?
Well, like I think it depends on your crime. Like I think something like so like I don't agree with the death penalty, but only in certain cases. So like like stuff like the Sandy Hook thing, like a school shooter like that. Like if that happens and the school shooter doesn't like kill themselves at the end of it, I
Yeah.
do not see any reason for letting them just stay in jail. Honestly, because those people they just cause so much pain for so many different people. It's not like they harm one family. Like even then, you're still like a horrible person.
Are you saying that because you think they're a lost cause, or are you saying that just to get revenge? Almost.
Yeah, pretty much. I think they could easily like, yeah, if you throw them in prison, I think at some point they might feel remorseful for what they did. But also, I don't think they should even like just because you feel remorseful, you can't change what you already did. And I think like if you can do that, bro, then you need to go, bro. You could get the death penalty for all I'm concerned. But I don't think they should like there should be like that kind of scale for the death penalty. Like there's those people that are like on death row for like this sounds kind of like wild to say, but like they're on there for like one murder and then there's guys on there for like being a serial killer. So I think the scale is a little broken for the death penalty. So that's why I would kind of just like get rid of it, except for like special instances.
Yeah, it sounds like you're saying that the death penalty is worse than life in prison, and so you're only reserving that for like mass serial killers, like
like the
school
highest
shooters.
tier of like
Yeah.
criminal.
Isn't it already like that though?
I don't know
Not
because you know
really.
like the stories of like there are people on like death row that are like literally like they have one murder, like they've killed one person and they're on death row.
Yeah, but
Like
who
I
are you to
remember
say
one.
that one person's life is
No, that's what
like?
I'm saying. But like, I think there should be like at least a scale. Like, obviously, like the differentiator is like when like a serial killer gets sentenced, they get sentenced for every single one of like let's say you get found guilty for first degree murder of every single person, and you're serving the maximum sentence, which is life in prison. So that
Mhm.
person, the first person that only killed one person, gets 99 years or life in prison, and then the serial killer that killed 10 people, it's not 10 consecutive 99-year sentences. So for the rest of their life, obviously. Either way, it's the rest of your life. But one of them, it's like 99 years times 10. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the distinction almost. Like, you're clearly the shittier person because I think we could all agree. You're the shittier person. You killed fucking 9 more people than the other person.
Yeah.
But I could see how what you just said, Alex, would become a problem. How can you say that one person's life isn't like as valuable as the other people that died? But that's why
Hmm.
it's like a little bit dicey when it comes to that.
So I think the severity of the death penalty, though, depends on like a couple of different factors. One of which is like your own personal belief system. So like Al, as an agnostic, you don't necessarily believe in hell because you don't necessarily believe in God. So do you think death penalty is more severe or less severe? Because if you don't believe in God and you don't believe in hell, then the death penalty is more of a release than because the punishment will be served here on earth. If you kill the person, there's nothing to they're not being punished anymore. The punishment is over, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I don't really have a strong opinion on it because I don't know what happens after death, and I can see the argument of people saying that death is the easy way out because you're not actually reliving what you did. At least if you don't believe in an afterlife, you're just out of the world. But if you're still on Earth, you at least get to like mope around and think about what you've done. I don't know. That's why I brought it up.
Okay. So my opinion also, I think depends on, do you think people are inherently good or inherently evil? Like, do you think we're born evil and learn to be good, or do you think we're born good and learn to be evil?
I had it explained to me where people are born amoral, like they're not inherently good or inherently evil, and that people are selfish when it comes to themselves and people close to them. But as the farther you get away from people that are close to you, like your family, the wait, I explained that wrong. It's the opposite. People are less selfish when it comes to people around them, but more selfish the farther away you get from people around you. That makes
If
sense.
you have less people around you, what does that mean?
Like, I mean, um, people aren't going to be. You're going to be more selfish when it comes to a random stranger. Like when it comes to you versus a random stranger versus if it was you versus your child, mom, cousin, friends. They get farther away from your family members, so you get more and more selfish as it goes farther.
Hmm.
Okay.
Do you think people are born good or evil?
Evil.
You think people are born evil?
Yeah. Like you.
Wow.
So you think they wait? So you think they learn to be good?
Yeah. Like Alex.
Oh, thanks.
No, I'm saying you're born evil. And
You
that you're
said
You're
just
saying he learned to
pretending
be
to be
good.
good. You're just, it's fake. Specifically in your case.
wow.
I know who you really are.
Really?
You are pretty scummy. You are pretty scummy, Al.
Yep.
I don't think that people are born evil. Or like I think it also like it's hard because there are like examples of people that are like completely there's nothing like serial killers that had like a good childhood or whatever, and then they still end up being whoever they are. So I think it just depends on the individual person, but I couldn't say like a consensus for everybody. 'Cause I genuinely think it's different.
Okay. Because like if you think people are born good, right? If you think people are born good, then I think either way, either scenario really lends the fact to A, you shouldn't have the death penalty, and B, no one's a lost cause per se. Because if people are born good and then learn to be evil, then you can like sort of unlearn to be evil, right? You can like, because like unlearning is a thing, and you can forget that, and then like you can just go back to your roots and be good again. And then if you think people learn to be good, that means you can teach anyone to be good, which means even the worst lost cause can learn eventually empathy and sympathy and stuff like that.
Moose, do you think anything like at all can be unlearned? Like any skill, do you think it can be unlearned?
I think so. I think with enough time, practice, and patience.
So you
What do
would
you mean
have
by
to
skill?
practice.
Like, what do you mean by skill?
Okay, so like, do you think LeBron James could unlearn the ability to shoot a basketball?
No, I don't think so. Like, that's like saying, can you unlearn the English language?
Moose, do you think so?
I think so. I think enough time spent away from civilization, um, and like without use of your vocal cords or anything like that. Like if you spent the rest of say if you spent today and spent the rest of your time with, let's say, a Chinese family in China learning only Chinese and have no, or not even, sorry, North Korea. Say you spend your entire rest of your life in North Korea and you're like 100. I don't think you'll be able to remember a lot of English.
I disagree. I think English stays with you no matter what. I
Yeah,
think
bro. I
English
I
don't
would
don't
think
always
you're
be
know.
gonna
your
forget
maiden
it.
language. Like even if you're in Korea, you'd be translating everything from Korean to English.
Yeah, don't you think in English?
I think
Exactly.
it
Yeah,
depends on. I think it depends on what your dominant language is. Really.
which is English.
Like,
Well,
even if
I
you were in Korea, I don't think you're gonna start thinking in Korean.
Yeah.
well no. If Korean becomes your dominant language, then you would start thinking in Korean.
I don't think languages you can just. Especially, I'm 21 years old. I don't think I could just learn a new dominant language.
Yeah. I don't think you can just switch languages.
If you're
Like,
never given,
dominance.
if you're never given the opportunity to practice the language again, it sort of atrophies, and so then it wouldn't be your dominant language. If you're practicing Korean 24/7 a day, then Korean eventually will have to become your dominant language.
All right, so for like immigrants who come from like a place where they don't speak English and they only speak English here, you think they just start thinking in English?
Yeah.
No,
I don't think so.
no.
I also don't think so.
My sister's an immigrant. I'm pretty sure she thinks in English.
And
When did she come here?
Let's see, 1992.
Don't say anything under the age of like 5, Moose.
Yeah, like
Okay, wait, let me see. Damn it, she's 4.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
So
Like,
if it was just
no
2 years later,
20-year-old is gonna come to a different country and just start thinking in that language.
my boss at the library, she's an immigrant. I think she came when my coworker. No, she'd probably be thinking.
Moose, just bite the
Admit
bullet
you're
here,
wrong,
man.
bro.
No, because all the
Moose, you're acting
people.
like you've asked these coworkers, like, do you think in English or do you think in your native language? Like, you haven't asked them.
Wait,
So you
what
can't
was the
say.
point in asking this question in the first place?
I was just curious. I wanted to, because Moose said that he could, or Moose was saying unlearning to be evil. So then it got me thinking, like, because he believes that unlearning is a thing. So I wanted to push it to see how much he believed that. And I think it's ridiculous that Moose. So if LeBron James went away, like if he went to the moon and came back, you think he wouldn't be able to shoot a basketball?
If he spent like 50 or 70 years on the moon without
No.
ever being able to practice basketball,
Bro.
yeah.
No,
You
man.
think he'd just pick up a basketball and forget?
You think you could forget how to walk, Moose?
That's
If
a
you
good
spend enough
question. That's a
time in your
great
bed,
question.
if you spend enough time in your bed, like 50 to 75 years, then yeah.
Yeah, actually,
No,
when
shut up,
someone
shut up.
comes back from injury,
Oh,
when someone
Mose.
comes back from injury, the first thing that PTs teach you is how to walk
That's
again.
because
That's
they
an
physically can't.
injury. That's an injury. We're not talking about an injury. We're just talking
You
about
think
if
you
you
can forget how to
choose to
chew?
sit in a bed.
You think you can forget how to chew?
If you never have to practice
Oh my
chewing and
God,
give
Mose.
enough time, yeah.
You're
Stop being
so dumb,
ridiculous,
bro.
bro.
You're so dumb, bro. Just says some nonsense and is not willing to concede, bro. What is this bad, like, what is so bad about just saying, yeah, you know what, maybe you guys are right. Like, what is so bad about that?
His
I
ego.
will say, no, I will
But
say
what
it
is the
once it's
ego?
true.
It's not even a serious like discussion. There's no consequences. Like this barely, it actually would damage his ego more now saying it because now it just admits that he's like trying to defend his point to the hill even if he doesn't agree, which is clearly what he's doing right now.
I agree with my point.
Okay, so then you're just stupid.
You're just wrong, bro.
Moose, this is literally the same as Alex in the tipping episode. Like we were presenting logic to him, and then he would just say no. That's
You guys know,
literally
you
what you're
guys,
doing.
you're refuting my logic. I'm saying if given enough time, and if you have a complete
Moose, so your
detachment from
response
it.
to the walking thing was when PTs do that, and then we say that's only for injuries. Like if somebody, yeah, like say if a football player tears his fucking ACL, yeah, he has to. It's not even relearning how to walk; it's learning how to walk while with the injury, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then going back into unless someone's completely paralyzed and then gets back to having feeling in their legs, then they have to relearn how to walk. But then we were just saying, like, what if like one of us decided that we wanted to unlearn walking, or not even unlearn? What if we just said we're gonna stay in bed for the next 50 to 75 years, and then
I don't think that's enough time.
you just said that. You literally just said that. You
No,
said
I
that
think
maybe
with
you're dumb.
with
You're dumb. You're
enough.
dumb. You said that
Uh,
5 minutes ago. You literally said that 5 minutes ago. Okay.
I said that with
So
language, and I said that with LeBron James basketball
All right.
skills.
So then
Ron
correct
James.
yourself, Moose. What do you think?
How long to unlearn walking?
Yeah.
I think you need to stay bedridden, basically. Well, walking such an inherent skill, so I would think it has to be like an astronomical number, like 100 or 200 years.
Right. So
okay. So if it's
exactly.
above the age that someone could live, it would almost seem like it's impossible to unlearn. You fucking
Come on,
moron.
Moose. Say it.
Oh
Admit
my
that.
god,
Admit that.
bro. Why can't you just admit that, bro?
No, because you're
There's
asking
literally
for.
nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying, oh, I guess, yeah, it would take 200 years for somebody to unlearn walking. Well, you don't live to 200 years. So I get, yeah, you can't unlearn walking then.
So yeah,
What
I
is so
guess you
hard?
can't
What is
unlearn.
so hard?
Okay, so I
Yeah,
guess
yeah,
you
stupid
can't
ass,
unlearn
stupid ass.
walking yet. I guess you can't unlearn walking
Yes,
yet.
oh
But
my
I
god.
think
Oh my god, you're so dumb, bro. This is worse than Alex now. This is
I just,
officially worse.
I
This is the
just
worst.
said
This
what
is
you
the
said. I
worst.
just said what you said. Told me to say.
This is the
I said
worst.
what you.
No,
I don't.
Alex, did I say yet? Did I say yet
Nice.
at the end of my? I don't remember saying yet at the end of my statement.
What if eventually people live to be like 300?
I still don't think it would happen.
So okay, so like let's say you live to be 300, right? So if I take a 25-year-old person at that point in time, and I keep them in bed for 200 years, you think they wouldn't be able to get up and walk?
Nope.
Okay, then you're just dumb. I don't want to.
I'm
I
not.
don't want to keep. I don't want to keep going down this road. I can't deal
Either
with
way, we never
blatant
spoke
stupidity.
about 200 years until right now.
Blatant stupidity. This is just blatant. He had to stretch it to 200 years and 300-year-old lifespan. When the fuck is that gonna happen, bro? Maybe
It's
in
possible.
10,000 years that'll happen.
10,000 years, bro.
Moose, how Moose? What has the progression of lifespan been right now? Like, what do you think the
Well,
lifespan was like 500 years ago?
It was up until like your 20s or your 30s.
No one was not Moose.
People did not live past that. If you got to your 40s, you were considered fucking ancient.
I'm searching it up.
Well, just
40
because we increased that many years in the past doesn't
You're
mean we're
40.
going to increase that many years in the future.
1300 to 1400 to age 45 because of the blonde. Okay, but most of the time it's like till 60.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the average age now? 73?
73. Oh, look at that, Moose. So it's only gone up like 30 years over the past 500.
Okay, so it's enough. It's feasible that it can go up to 300 with the modern
Well, he
medical
said
technology.
10,000, no?
And how many years then? How long is it going to take to get to that much?
Well, you could take the 10,000 years that you said, or it could take like 1,000, 2,000. I don't know.
You think people can live till 300?
I think it's possible.
I think you're fucking dumb.
You're basically not even alive, bro. Like everything's
Okay.
just decomposed. Like you're connected to a machine. Best case, like
Yeah.
you're probably more machine than human at that point.
I mean, you could say that, but I'm sure if that's what people said when back in like the 1400s when they said you could live up to like 70, but you'll just basically be
You know,
a
people
walking
live
corpse.
till 70, bro. They lived till 70
Not in the
in the
1400s.
1400s.
Not until 1400s. It was until
It's
like
just they
45.
died earlier because it was like sickness and stuff. But most
Yeah,
people,
but that
like,
doesn't mean nobody
humans
lived
still
until
live
70.
till 70.
Okay, back in like the 1100s.
Moose, you don't think we have a natural lifespan?
We do, bro. Your chances of survival have increased, but people have always lived to that old ass age of like 70 and 80.
Yeah, so I think it can be expanded beyond. You can go beyond your natural lifespan.
I
By
don't think
200
so.
years. By literally tripling it.
You were
It's
ridiculous.
possible. It's possible.
Yeah, but when I said it would happen in 10,000 years, it's just ridiculous, right?
No, it could happen in 10,000 years. I didn't say it couldn't happen in 10,000 years.
No, but when I said it, you acted like that was such a crazy high number. But it just isn't, though, because, I mean, the science backs me up, not you. Because it's the lifespan has gone up 30. Think about all the technology since the fucking 1500s that we have now to keep people alive. And the life expectancy has gone up 25 years.
Yeah.
So you think that in 1,000 years they'll be able to quadruple it?
Yep.
You're a fucking moron. You're actually
By the
an
year
idiot, bro.
by the year 3000, I think we can have 300-year-old humans.
Well, whatever you do, don't give whatever technology to Moose to keep him alive because it's just gonna be autism spread across the fucking planet, bro. It's gonna be so bad.
Okay, I think this conversation has now jumped the boat. I think now it's sort of a lost cause. Thank you so much for listening. Please go ahead and check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and other podcasting platforms. We are literally everywhere. Please go ahead and if you're watching this on YouTube, go leave us a like, leave a comment if you're on Spotify or on YouTube. Leave us 5 stars anywhere that you can. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.